What if the most dangerous secret at an elite university isn't who got in, but who didn't make it out? Today, we're diving into Society of Lies by Lauren Ling Brown, a razor-sharp campus thriller that peels back the polished veneer of privilege and exposes what festers underneath. If you think dark academia is all candlelit libraries and secret rituals, think again. This one cuts deeper. Let's begin. A young woman dies just before her graduation from an elite Southern university. The official story? Tragic, unfortunate, open and shut. But her sister isn't convinced. From the opening chapters, Society of Lies pulls you into a world of old money influence, exclusive student societies, and carefully curated reputations. On the surface, it's a story about grief, about a sister trying to make sense of the unthinkable. But beneath that grief lies something colder, something calculated. This is not just a campus mystery. It's a story about power, who holds it, who protects it, and who gets sacrificed to preserve it. As the surviving sister retraces the final days before the death, she uncovers whispers of a secret society, one that prides itself on loyalty and silence. Invitations are rare, allegiance is everything, and betrayal unforgivable. The deeper she digs, the more she realizes her sister may have been caught in something far more dangerous than academic pressure or social rivalry. There are coded messages, unexplained tensions, friends who suddenly remember less than they should, and then a sharp intake of breath. A clue surfaces that suggests the death may not have been accidental at all. Without revealing spoilers, here's what you'll learn from this novel. First, how institutions protect themselves. Society of Lies dissects the machinery of prestige, how universities, especially elite ones, often prioritize legacy over truth. It's an unsettling reminder that reputation can become more valuable than justice. Second, it explores the psychology of belonging, the hunger to be chosen, to be included, to matter, and what people are willing to do to keep that status once they have it. Third, it's a chilling study of silence, because sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't violence, it's collective denial. Now let's talk strengths. This book excels at atmosphere. The Southern campus setting feels lush, humid, almost suffocating. You can practically feel the weight of tradition pressing in on every scene. The pacing is methodical, but intentionally so. Slow, deliberate pacing, it allows tension to coil tighter and tighter until you're holding your breath without realizing it. The character work is another standout. No one feels entirely innocent. Even the grieving sister isn't portrayed as flawless. That moral grayness adds authenticity and makes every revelation land harder. And the social commentary? Subtle but sharp. Issues of race, class, and privilege are woven into the narrative without ever overpowering the suspense. It's thoughtful, but never preachy. Now, weaknesses. If you're looking for non-stop action, car chases, break-ins, high-octane confrontations, this isn't that kind of thriller. The tension builds psychologically rather than explosively. Some readers may find the early chapters slow as the emotional groundwork is laid. And because it leans heavily into character introspection, the mystery unfolds gradually. Patience is required, but for many thriller fans, that slow burn is precisely the point. So, Who is this book perfect for? If you loved dark academia with teeth, stories like elite campus conspiracies, secret societies, and morally complex heroines, this is absolutely for you. If you enjoy peeling back social hierarchies and watching polished facades crack, you'll be hooked. It's especially compelling for listeners who appreciate audiobook performances that amplify tension, because this story thrives in audio form. The shifting loyalties, the hushed confessions, the pauses between questions, they come alive when heard. Who should skip it? If you prefer straightforward whodunits with clear heroes and villains, or thrillers driven purely by action over atmosphere, you might find this too layered, too deliberate. But if you want a mystery that lingers, one that makes you question how many accidents are actually engineered, this one delivers. By the final act, the truth doesn't explode, it settles in. Heavy, inevitable, damning. And when the last secret surfaces, you might find yourself wondering how many real institutions operate the same way. If this sounds like your kind of thriller, I highly recommend experiencing the full audiobook. The tension builds beautifully in audio, and certain revelations hit even harder when spoken aloud. I've left a link below where you can check out the audiobook version. If you choose to listen through that link, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. Because sometimes the most dangerous lies aren't the ones we tell. They're the ones an entire society agrees to keep. And in Society of Lies, silence is the most powerful member of all.